If some of what I've been talking about, the mechanics and how to serve, like what I'm proposing, is different for you, then you may have the question, how do I work this into the game? How do I take these new things and start using them during the game? I'm going to talk about that today. First thing is, we need to practice and drill and get more comfortable with any of these techniques that are new for you. So if you're doing something different based off of what this series has been talking about, make sure that you're practicing enough to where you start feeling more and more comfortable with these new techniques before you try and implement those in a game. What that means is we're drilling these new serve techniques before we actually bring those out into the court. We want to have some comfort level that, all right, I feel a little bit comfortable using this new serve in the game, and I understand it may be a little bit rocky for a little bit, but long term it's going to be better. How do we do that? How do we start to implement new service techniques into our normal game? Here are some ideas. First idea is we're going to start at the very beginning of the game using our new service technique, whatever that is. So if what I'm saying is different for you, at the very beginning of a game, I may go, I'm using my new serve. If I'm having trouble or I'm struggling with it, I'm going to default back to my old serve style. Second way may be, I'm going to use my old serving style until we're up 3 or 4 or 5 points. And now I have a buffer that I'm going to, all right, in the middle of the game, we're ahead, I'm going to try my new serve style. And then if it doesn't work, I can go back to my old one. But I have a little bit of a buffer here if I make a mistake. If things don't go well, then I probably maybe didn't kill the game for us. Third idea is we're behind by 3 or 4 or 5 points. I don't have anything to lose. I'm going to try my new powerful serve technique here. So we're behind, my partner and I, it looks like maybe we're not going to win this game or whatever. It's like I'm behind, so I need to try something a little bit differently. If I can hit some really good serves that my opponents aren't expecting, maybe I can get some cheap points that way. Idea number 4, before you start that next game, practice a couple of serves. So if it's at the very beginning of the day and you're warming up, try and include some practice serves. You should already be doing that anyway. But if this is like the second or third or fourth game of the day, people get in possession, you go, hey, can I serve a couple? Normally people will say, yeah, fine, no problem. I don't try and serve 10 or 15 or 20. They're not going to be happy with that. But if you want to serve 2 or 3, they're probably going to be fine with that. If you do it every game, they're probably not going to be happy. But depending on who's across the net, if it's a different group, then go, hey, do you mind if I serve a couple? I'm having some problems with my serve. We've all been there. People are generally pretty accommodating. They'll go, oh yeah, no big deal, serve a couple. And then you would practice your new serves, like you may do this a couple of times. And if that goes well, then start the game with that new serve technique.